time it is? You just tuned in the lab with Coach Rock and O. East Tennessee High School Sports Podcast. Bringing you all the exclusive interviews with some of the hottest players coming out of high school and the coaches from around the country here. Make sure you like and share this podcast. And stay tuned in each week. But enough of this. Let's get it.
We're here in Concord today with Coach Matthews.
Welcome back to the show, Coach.
I appreciate you guys having me.
The last time we interviewed you was still a cat.
That's right.
How the season going? I know y'all been playing a lot of JV games. Y'all about to get y'all varsity schedule cranked up, but how the early part of the season been going for y'all so far?
Been doing a good job. We're sitting here at 4-0. And so 4-0, the last three have been mercy rule games. So, you know, now that the varsity's starting, you kind of worry about conditioning because our guys have kind of been out at half these last couple games. But yeah, excited about where we're headed, excited about the future, and proud of where we are right now.
Coach, what's some of the biggest adjustments that you had to deal with coming from Catholic over to Concord this year?
You know, just the football knowledge because the guys are young.
Yep.
You know, I think it's 6 freshmen on offense starting, and we rotate a lot on defense, but there's 5 or 6 freshmen out there a lot.
Yep.
So just the knowledge of the game. If I say run a corner, I might have a kid looking at me, what's the point? So there's some of that has been, I've had to take a step backwards. I really think it's made me a better coach though, to kind of put myself in that position. 14 years old, not 18. Like, I'm not coaching any Torrey Hamilton out there just ready to rock. He's already been trained up. It's it's a little bit different.
What went about the decision? What made Concord for you feel like this is where you want to pursue your coaching?
You know, I had 9 great years at Catholic. Very blessed there. 6 state semifinal appearances in 9 years, and even last year, you know, in the D2 AAA. So, but just kind of thought, you know, I really didn't know a ton about this place, but it kind of fell in my lap just through kind of various angles, and I started listening to what they had to say, and started thinking, man, you know, building a program. That'd be pretty cool. You know, accomplished a lot at Catholic and proud of what we did there. But building a program from the ground up, and the way we coach and do things is a little bit different. The way we practice and the way we approach the game is a little bit different. And kind of think, will it work? You know, at this level, starting up, and I'm excited about the challenge, and I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of buzz definitely around the program with you being here, Coach. Tell us the makeup of the team. Do you got majority juniors, seniors? Like, what is the makeup of your team this year, Coach?
By far, freshmen and sophomores is the vast majority. I think we got 3 juniors and 4 seniors. So real, you know, heavy underclassmen.
Yeah.
So, and I got to remind myself, these guys are young. I think I'm kind of learning that now. We're midway through the season. A lot of these guys have hit a wall a little bit. So we're trying to push through that wall and get that second win. But yeah, young group. We've got a couple 8th graders that are reclassing that are really going to help us. Sonny Mullen and Kobe Ward are really good players for us. So and you just met Lyric, who's a freshman, who's going to be outstanding. So the future is extremely bright.
Look, you know, you talked a little bit about building the program from scratch. Tell us some of the benefits it is about building a program from the ground up. Pretty much, you really got no room, like it's new, so it ain't like you got a high standard and that, you know what I mean?
It is. It's like I said, it's kind of. I'm good friends with Jay Graham, who was here, who's a great guy and a great coach. And he kind of he kind of walked me through some things too. So he kind of got started, and he decided to go back to college and kind of, you know, hey, this maybe is a thing that. But I thought putting kind of maybe our fingerprints on how we like to do things, the way we practice, the way we approach the game, the relationship we try to build with the players, and how we do things on and off the field. I thought this would be kind of a cool thing. I'm not getting any younger. Felt like we accomplished a lot at Catholic, but I felt like, man, if we can do something here, that's a pretty cool legacy to leave behind.
Yes, sir. Coach, it seemed like Concord been trying to break through in East Tennessee sports over the last few years, definitely in football. What makes you think, or let me rephrase it, what makes you the guy for the job, Coach?
You know, I feel like my experience helps. I think it's instant credibility. Like I said, very fortunate to have the success we had in Catholic, not only as a team, but and I just sat down and wrote them all down over Christmas break. I mean, 80 guys signed scholarships in 9 years.
Yeah,
I'll put that up against, you know, IMG probably. So we'll put that up against, we've got 6 at the University of Tennessee right now. Would have 7 with Tyler taking off, but Tyler Barron. But, you know, seeing like,
Miami,
yeah, he's at Miami, and he's making more than all of us. and you know, it's like seeing Torrey get his scholarship, and so I said 80, it's 81 now. So seeing those guys get, you know. And I thought, man, you know, that's why I really like to do this.
Yes, sir.
Is seeing those guys get that done, and kind of want to see if can we replicate what we've done in the past. Can we do that at another school?
Yep. Sounds good, Coach. You've had success everywhere you've been so far.
So next year will be our first year on a full varsity, right? What division? Tell our audience what division y'all be playing in.
We're going to be we're in the private school. And there's 1A, 2A, 3A. We'll be in the 1A.
Okay.
So it'll be TKA, Providence, Friendship Christian, Middle Tennessee Christian. I did get some exciting news today. I think it's exciting, and I hope we're ready. We're going to open up with CAK. So we felt like, you know what, let's show we're out there. And so I called their coach today. We're going to go ahead and book that one.
Yes, sir.
Open it up on the road at CAK, and so hopefully get our name, and I feel like we got some good young players, and get our product out there.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, Coach. You guys are off to a 4-0 start with those 4 games being JV games, and your last 6 is all varsity games, correct? Okay. Talk to us a little bit about Providence Academy and how you guys been preparing for them this week.
You know, they're a little bit like we are. I think they're in year 3, while we're in year 2, but they're just getting started.
Okay.
But Coach Kilgore's there. He's a 10-year NFL vet. He coached at Baylor. He was assistant at Baylor for a long time, and they you know how good Baylor is. So he's been around the best of the best. So a little bit's kind of similar coaching experience, anyways. So they're a lot like us, and we got to go up to Johnson City to play them. It's kind of our first far road game, so we'll see how that's handled. But I think our guys are going to play well. We didn't practice great today, but I think we're going to play well.
Yes, sir. Now that we're going in week 5, what's some improvements that you've seen out of the team, Coach?
You know, I feel like the way we're playing offensively, we've kind of had to change some things. We had a really good running back. Travis Kozar, he's a senior for us who broke his ankle, so he's out for the year. We made a change at quarterback, so kind of moving an athlete to quarterback, and so that's going to change what we do. We've been averaging about 40 points a game. We're kind of changing our style just a little bit, so that's going to be a transition. But you know, as far as just going out there and executing, I feel comfortable with where we're at.
Yes, sir.
You know, we talked earlier, and you know, you said you had 4 seniors. What went about? I know Concord and Dawson is 2 big seniors that any school in the area would love to have. What went with the process of getting them guys to stay? When I know they probably could have went elsewhere and pursued that senior year.
You know, I had an experience with Travis. He had been at our youth camps at Catholic really from 4th grade till 8th grade. So I knew him very well, and I think he was excited about this opportunity, and he was off to a tremendous start. He unfortunately he had the ankle injury, so he's missed the last couple games. But and unfortunately, it looks like he's out for the year. So having that relationship with him really helped. With Dawson, Benji Schuler is part of our staff, and Benji has kind of been mentoring Dawson, and he helps on our staff, and so they had a relationship which I think really helped hold Dawson intact. And Dawson. I've had one other guy have this stat. Dawson scores a touchdown every 3 times he touches the ball. So he's done. And Amari had 33 touchdowns his senior year on 99 touches. So same stat. Yeah. So Dawson is doing a great job for us.
He's a great kid. I watched him grow up. We from Mama Springs. I seen him all the way through Little League, and he played with us at 707 a few times. He always been one of them guys. Like I said, I know every school would love to have him.
Oh yeah, he's a good player, no doubt.
Coach, would you consider you guys being more of a running team or a passing team?
Right now we're probably a little bit more toward the run, but I think that's going to change as we get going.
Yeah.
Once we get kind of more familiar with the pass protection and the passing routes and things like that, I think we'll continue to grow in that area. But right now we're probably more of a running team. We have an outstanding defense and are playing good in the kicking game. But I think as we continue to grow, we'll start throwing more downfield.
Yes, sir. Freshman quarterback coach?
No, Dawson's playing quarterback for us right now. So
we've moving him.
Yeah, we've kind of moved him over.
Perfect. Tell us about your staff and tell us some of the people that's on your staff and what went about you picking the staff.
That was when you talked about taking over a new spot, I always say the most important job a head coach can have is picking the staff. That is critical. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss. In my years at Catholic, it was hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've done a good job. We got Tim Satterfield, who's coaching offensive line, who came from Nashville Christian, which is a powerhouse there in Middle Tennessee, and Brandon Barber, who was here last year, is also helping the offensive line. Benji Schuler, coaching receivers. Kevin Winslet was at CAK for years. He's doing our DBs. And Drew Franklin, who's with me at Catholic, is now back helping us coach that's defensive coordinator. Dustin Nichols is a younger guy, but going to be a really good coach as he gets more experience. He's doing the D-line. And Austin Lynch is another younger guy that's helping us as an offensive assistant. So, proud of the staff. And like I said, that thing will just continue to grow.
Yes, sir. Coach, I got 2 more questions for you. This first question, name some guys after week 4 that's going to impress you thus far.
I would say Dawson comes to mind right away, just with how good he is in the ball in the hand. When you talk about young guys, Lyric Jackson, outside linebacker and running back, continues to get better every day. Dabrian Owen is a tall receiver who's got a world of potential, who could do a really good job for us. We got a really good young offensive line, and that's kind of where we started at Catholic. But Reese Burleson is going to be a really good player for us, playing right tackle for us right now. Asher Noe is doing a great job at center. So we've got a lot of young talent that we just got to continue to build and grow.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about how did you get the sponsorship from Battle, and how many more uniform combinations you got?
Yeah, it's funny. We kind of made it. Oregon started that. We did a little bit of that at Catholic when I first started doing it. As a head coach, it's kind of a pain keeping them with it. Right. But the kids loved it, so I was like, let's not run from that. And so Battle called me out of the blue. Said there's one other team in the state doing it. What do you think? And they showed me kind of here's where we'll get started and go from here. And it's been great so far. I love the look. Next year we're gonna have some more looks. So it's I'm excited about the partnership.
Yeah, I like that swag, Coach. Battle definitely do good work.
I seen that Jamboree. I was like,
yeah.
I think y'all was taught the whole Jamboree.
Coach, this is my last question for you. It seems like you had a lot of success no matter where you go. How long do you think it'll take to build Concord up to a household name?
That's a great question. So, in my 3rd year at Catholic, we won a state championship, and it sounds far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what I've kind of set the goal in mind of hey, when these freshmen graduate, that they have a ring on the finger and they're signing on the dotted line.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my goal.
Yes, sir.
Coach, my last question was, where y'all gonna be? Is this gonna be y'all have a home field here? Y'all building a stadium? And then I was gonna ask, where do you see the program in 4 years?
Yeah, so we've got a couple options with off-site stadiums that they're kind of going through. We can play here. We have goalposts and stands and bleachers and all that stuff. We don't have lights up yet here, so it might be like a 5 o'clock start, 5:30 start. At first, I thought that was a big deal, and I've talked to our opponents, and they're like, fine with us, we get home earlier. You know, but people above my head are working on an off-site stadium as well, so I feel confident about that. You know, that's something we definitely got to get knocked out. But yeah, 4 years, I would hopefully we're competing with some of the best around in the private league in the single A privates, and then working our way up to the CAKs and the Webbs and the Graces is where I'd like to eventually be, where you see us out there and winning and representing this school, because this is a fantastic school.
Yes, sir.
And we're representing it very proudly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Coach, that's all I think we got for you. Like, we appreciate you coming back out on the show. It's always an honor. Always an honor. We'll catch you guys next time.
In the lab, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Y'all know what time it is. You just tuned in the lab with Coach Rocket O. East Tennessee High School Sports Podcast. Bringing you all the exclusive interviews with some of the hottest players coming out of high school and the coaches from around the country here. Make sure you like and share this podcast. And stay tuned in each week. But enough of this. Let's get it.
Welcome to In the Lab.
I'm Coach Rock.
Coach O.
We're here at Concord Christian today with
My name is Larry Jackson, outside linebacker and running back. Class of 2028.
My name is Dawson, Williford. I'm an athlete, 2025.
Appreciate you guys coming on the show. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Hey, dog, how's the season going so far for y'all? I know y'all played some JV games. I know y'all varsity schedule about to kick in. So how's it been going so far for y'all?
I think it's went well. We've improved a lot since we first got together. So we were a really young team. Start off, I think we've got like 4 seniors. So we're starting 4 freshmen on offense, 5 freshmen on offense.
Okay.
So it was hard to get into the groove of things at first, but we've kind of gotten to I think we've kind of found our niche and we're starting to roll. So I think we're doing pretty good so far.
What about you? What about you?
Season right now is flying by quick. You know, we always talk about opportunities, and as we have a new group, things are flying around and things are looking good for our future.
That's good. That's good. You guys got a lot of freshmen that's getting a lot of good quality playing time. Talk to us a little bit about playing with those freshmen and some of the adjustments you guys made this week, jumping up to a varsity game this Friday.
Yeah, having those young guys in the lineup in the rotation, it's been a struggle at first, but they've definitely learned quick and they've caught on to the scheme perfectly fine. So I think having them is also kind of an upside because they soak in so much knowledge and they've learned so much from the beginning of the season to now. And I have full confidence that we're going to be able to come out on Friday and compete at the highest levels.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to us a little bit about the adjustment from middle school ball to high school ball, and are you ready for your first varsity game this Friday?
Yes, sir. The difference from middle school to high school is all about preparation. Looking for the next team, looking who you're going to play,
Yes, sir.
evaluating everybody that you're going to go against, and understanding that you are going to go against bigger and better competition every single game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dawson, this question for both of y'all. What made you want to stay at Concord, with you being a senior, knowing that the benefits of the program, like you setting it up, but you ain't gonna get the benefits. You know, you really going for the freshman class. But what went into your decision to stay and rocking out Concord?
I think it's just like leading a legacy and like building a program, like starting up, being a part of that first team that ever did it it'll be really cool to be a part of, and we can look back and I think in the next 2 years we'll be like, oh dang, Concord's that team to beat.
Right.
I was there when we jump started. And also another decision that kept me here was just obviously the hire of Coach Matthews a big decision on me staying because I really didn't know where I was going to play next year.
Right.
Because after Coach Graham left, I was considering transferring out for my senior year, but just knowing Coach Matthews and the guys he's coached and the level of coaching experience he has, it's a place you want to be.
Right. The same question for you. I know you had probably even choice to go to as an 8th grader, being one of the most talented 8th graders around. What went on your decision to come to Concord when I know you probably could have went to any other school you wanted to?
Well, based off what Dawson said, being under Coach Matthews, having a great head coach, teams, they can be as good as they want, have all the stars how they want, but if they're not coached right, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
Talk to us about, starting with you, talk to us a little bit about some of your goals for yourself this season and the team.
Personally, I mean, obviously my main goal is to make it to the next level. Like I want to play college football. I've been wanting that since I was 4 years old when I first played my first snap. That was always the biggest dream of mine. So that's the biggest goal, is making it to the next level playing college football. And then also just, I want to be able to make the guys around me better, use my experience, because I'm a senior. Like I've been through 4 years of high school football now. Use my experience to help them get better, especially just prepare for the future. And for the team, I just want us to, honestly, I don't think we should lose a game looking at our schedule. Like we can dominate our schedule, and I just want that for the guys. So
That's it. What about you?
My goals, especially coming in, getting my name out there. As far as classes at this point, everybody's always competing. There's always a new ranking coming out, and to be at the top of that list, you have to compete every single day.
Yes, sir.
With you being one of the, you said you got 4 seniors, do you feel like it's pressure for you to be like more of a vocal leader, or you just like more hands-on to do it by like lead by example type of?
I feel like a lot of us, we really preach just holding each other accountable. So accountability is a big thing. Like you can be accountable by leading by example or verbally. Like I personally, I don't talk as much, but when I do, I feel like people listen. So that's a big thing. But honestly, I feel like leading by example is a big thing, because if they see a senior out there doing it, they'll be like, okay, like maybe I need to like tap in and do that too.
Nice.
Sure.
Okay.
Talk to us a little bit, start with you. Talk to us a little bit about some of the guys that's been having a good season thus far, and some guys that you think might turn it on a little later in the season.
First guy that comes to mind is Jake Johnson. He's a basketball kid, big kid. He can move great. I think he can end up being a really, really talented football player.
Yes,
just by watching him. Same thing with Reese Burleson. He's a freshman lineman. He's playing a big role in our offensive line right now. We got a couple 8th graders, young guys, Kobe and Dasani. They're both dogs.
Yep.
Like those are the guys you got to watch out for in a couple of years.
Yes, sir.
But I feel like everybody has been putting in the work, and I think that'll show on Friday night. So.
Yes, sir. What about you? Let me repeat the question.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. Talk to us a little bit about some guys that's been doing good so far this season, and some guys you think might turn it on a little later.
As far as our linebacker core, Reese Franklin, he's top by far one of our best outside linebackers and best out doing his job. Oakley Helton, covering up the middle, he knows exactly how to read gaps, how to execute. Coming in a little later, probably Zach Langley. As far as him getting his head around, looking for coverage, I think he'll get better at that later in the season.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great answer.
With this Friday being, this is our first Friday night game, right? So I've been playing like Mondays and stuff like that. So with you been there before and playing Friday night before, what advice would you have for the younger guys who ain't never seen this, and some of the 8th graders, some of the freshmen who this their first experience as a real varsity high school atmosphere?
Yeah, first of all, I would say just soak it in, because I'm going into my last Friday night lights. So, it's definitely a good experience just to be out there looking at the crowd and see all those people cheering for you, and just knowing like you can get this win and come back home and everybody's going to be there for you, being able to pat you back, say you did a good job. So I feel like just soak it all in and have fun, but just do your job and execute too.
Right. What same question for you? What are you expecting from your first Friday night? What you expecting from this experience? And what you want to gain out of it?
A great experience. We prepared crazy for this game, and I feel like as a young core, we're ready to go.
Kind of hitting on what you just said. You said I've been, preparing crazy this week. Talk to us about how's the preparation been in your first 4 JV games as opposed to this being your first varsity game this week.
now we have names, now we have film. We're intensely going over defensive schemes, offensive schemes, how we can be better, and what key players on their team that we have to stop, period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What about you?
Yeah, on those first 4 JV games, we were more worried about us than our opponent.
Yes, sir.
Like we were worried about what we can fix and what we can do better. But now we've kind of shifted into that next level where you can watch film and break it down and figure out what we can do specifically against that one team to be successful that one night.
Right.
So that's a big thing. We've really been watching film hard. We've been implementing it into our practice. So I think it'll show on Friday night though.
That's awesome.
The summer, I see you Dawson a lot this summer, a lot of camps, and I see you taking in some game visits, in the game day visits this season. How's the recruiting process going for you at this point right now?
It's definitely picking up. I think I've gained a little bit of traction just throughout this season. Honestly, my recruiting process has been definitely up and down. When I first started at Olive Springs, it was hard to get my name out there, but once I came to Concord and been around a lot of people that have a lot of those connections, it's good to just know that like you have a coach back there that has your back and they can stick out their neck for you and put a good word in if they need to. So
I'm gonna hit you with some fun questions right here. You guys play video games?
Yes,
A
sir.
little bit.
A little bit. What you guys prefer, NCAA or Madden?
I prefer NCAA.
Oh yeah, it's
Both of you
yeah.
guys. Who will be the best player on the team in NCAA?
CJ Simpson or Coach Ward?
CJ can't mess with me.
Hey,
Kobe's nice though.
So you say you the best on the team?
Yeah, Kobe.
One of the top.
Coach.
Oh, okay.
y'all made Concord yet? Y'all made your high school team on there?
Oh no, but I've seen those on the.
Yeah, we actually got a league. We actually got a league to start up tonight where it's like a bunch of high school. Everybody play with like
Yeah, we got all the
yeah,
local
yeah.
schools. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I got a few more questions for you guys before we get you out of here. If I was a college coach right now interviewing you guys, and I wanted to offer you, tell me what type of player I'll be getting.
One of the best outside linebackers there is. I'm fast off the ball, strong. If I don't beat you with my legs, I'll beat you with my strength. That's one thing for sure.
Yes, sir. I like the confidence. What about you?
I'd say I'm a Swiss Army knife. I can really play any position on the field.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, you can stick me wherever you need me. I think I can get the job done. So I think that's probably my biggest strength.
Okay. Give us some music you guys gonna listen to, whether it's before the game or anytime you need to get hyped. What would be some music you play before the game this Friday night?
Hey, it really depends on the emotions really going into it. Sometimes it changes throughout the day. You can go a little R&B vibe, or sometimes you go a little metal to it.
Yeah. Do you got a song in mind for this Friday, or is it just gonna be the heat of the moment?
It really gonna be here in the moment.
Yeah.
Just feeling everything going.
Yes, sir. What
Yeah,
about
just
you?
click shuffle on the playlist. Whatever.
Oh, you got your whole playlist.
Playlist.
Whatever play, you ready to go. It sounds good.
I got a quick question for both of y'all. If you can compare yourself to any NFL player, college player that your game is like, who would you compare yourself to?
I'd go with Taysom Hill.
Okay.
I feel like a good Taysom Hill would be a good comparison.
What about you?
For me, I would say Michael Parsons being able to blitz off the edge 90% of the time, but also being able to draw back, cover tight ends, coming quarterbacks out of the backfield.
I like that.
That's tough. I got two more questions for you guys. You got any more, Coach?
No.
Okay, I got two more questions and we'll get you guys out of here. Name 3 schools, starting with you, that you'll be interested in attending once you leave high school.
Oklahoma, Iowa, and Florida State.
All good schools right there. What about you?
Right now, my 3 that I'm looking at the most are ETSU, EKU, and MTSU. So those are the 3. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Last question for you guys. Tell all the viewers right now why Concord is the place to be.
Hey, new coach, new season coming. Freshmen, we're building something great down here at Concord.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, Coach preaches about this every day. The people here really care. Like you walk down the hallways and people like care about you here, and that's through school, through sports, anything. I feel like this is the place that you can be really successful.
Yes, sir.
Even the coaching staff is great. I don't think anybody in the state can rival that.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to play the next level, or you want to get better as a person, player, anything, this is the place to be.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, man. Sounds
But
good.
when you leave here, I know you got longer than Dawson do, but after this last year, then after your career is over, what would you want the people to say about you, about Concord, and the legacy you left here?
I want to say that I left it in a good condition to be successful in the future. So I think leaving on a good note, being winners. We preach winning life, like winning football, winning life, winning everything, winning the classroom. So I just want, he's a winner, like he wins. So.
For me personally, it would be the best to come out. The best one to leave everything, make sure everybody's not to be selfish, but everybody looks up to me. Everybody looks up to be greater, better.
Yes, sir. All right, sounds good, man. Good luck to you guys the rest of the
Good luck,
season.
man.
And good luck Friday night in that first Washington game. I just want to leave the viewers with this. This guy's a freshman. We done did a lot of interviews in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The way he speaks and
very
break it
polished up,
down,
very polished.
it's very intelligent,
Right.
very high IQ. You speak like a senior, so I appreciate that, man, for sure. Yes, sir. Man, in the lab,
Coach Rock.
Coach O.
We out.
Y'all know what time it is? You just tuned in the lab with Coach Rock and O. East Tennessee High School Sports Podcast. Bringing you all the exclusive interviews with some of the hottest players coming out of high school and the coaches from around